Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Hannah. I am a flight attendant for a major US airline, and today we are starting a 3-day trip. It is a 3-2-1, but today and tomorrow, our last legs of the day are deadheads, which is super easy. So a deadhead, if you are unfamiliar, is we are still technically on duty, but we are not working the flight. We are just flying as passengers. So they give us positive space, which means that we have an actual seat. So we'll be sitting where passengers sit. We will not be sitting on the jump seat. The only time we would ever jump seat on a deadhead is if we show up to the gate late and they give our seat away to like a standby passenger. So otherwise, we are guaranteed a seat. They will actually, what they will do is if it's a full flight, they will actually take passengers off to put us on a deadhead, because usually they deadhead us somewhere to then work a flight, or we worked a flight somewhere and then they are deadheading us back because they just needed us for that one leg. So in our case, they're deadheading us to 2 different cities to then work a flight the next morning. But the new fads are these fitness rings, and I've mentioned this ring a few times in my videos because I currently have a discount code you guys can use. I have the Ultra Human Ring Air. I'm not sure how much longer that discount code is going to work, so this will probably be the last time that I throw it out there in a video. And if you are interested in getting one, I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit about what the ring does and what it tracks throughout this video. And then at the end, if you want to get one, take advantage of that discount code, because like I said, I don't know how much longer I will have it, but I have about 25 minutes till I need to sign in. So let's get our bags together, go head into the airport, and get this 3-day trip started. You guys, day one started out rough. So we were on the 319S, which still has the screens on the seat backs. It's the only plane in our fleet that's a narrow body plane that still has it. And the screens weren't working and the power ports weren't working. So this was an almost 4-hour flight. So we called maintenance to see if they could fix the issue before we left, which it was an easy fix, thank goodness. So we ended up only pushing back about 10 minutes late. No big deal, right? Well, we had been sitting for a while and the captain calls and he's like, hey, there's another maintenance issue in the cockpit. We have to go back to the gate. So by the time we got back to the gate, it had probably been an hour. So we sat there for a few more minutes, and then they told us we're not going to be able to take this plane because the issue's not going to be able to get fixed. So we had to switch to a new plane, and we ended up leaving 2 hours after we were supposed to. So by the time we left, I was ready for lunch. So I ate my little lunch and read my book, because 8 people in first class is so easy. It goes by so quick. But we finally made it to Jackson Hole, which I had never flown into this airport before, and it was absolutely gorgeous. You're just surrounded by the mountains. It was beautiful. We didn't have any sits, so because of the delay, we ended up being delayed going to Dallas. And then we also were pushed onto a new flight going to San Antonio, because we obviously were not going to make our original deadhead, which that flight ended up being delayed as well. So just a long day, but I was able to finish my book, so that's good. Today was a doozy, y'all. I'm glad today is over. We just worked a 13-hour and 40-minute duty day, and we are at minimum rest now. We are at 10 hours rest, like exactly 10 hours, not 10:05, not 10:15, 10 exactly. We were watching it the whole time because for a minute there it was going to go below 10, which would have meant that we would have had to call crew tracking and they would have had to delay our flight in the morning. But yeah, I am wiped out. I'm obviously not going to get the best rest tonight, because by the time I get in the bed, it'll be 8 hours, and I'm not going to be able to fall asleep immediately. But yeah, that's the craziest thing I've had happen to me in a while. I think since like May. Like I've had a few delays here and there, like an hour or less, like even throughout the whole summer. But yeah, this one was my schedule. They took us off of 2 different deadhead flights. So they rescheduled us 3 times. And that hasn't happened to me in a long time. For a minute there, we thought maybe we would get lucky and just get stuck in Dallas and then stay there and then just do our one little deadhead tomorrow, but that stuff never works out in my favor. So yeah, it's currently 9:22, 10:22 my time. I'm just now eating dinner. I have some lazy chicken pot pie, but I'm gonna finish this, wash my face, brush my teeth, get in the bed. I originally thought that I might go get my guac that you guys know I love in San Antonio, but obviously I'm not gonna be able to do that this time unless something crazy happens and we get stuck here or something tomorrow, which I don't see that in our future. But yeah, so fun day one. The good news is I don't think it can get any worse than today for the rest of our trip, because every day our duty day gets a little bit shorter. So we also we have less legs each day, which is nice, which is why I bid for these trips, because you get the hardest stuff done first and then it progressively gets easier. The less energy you have, the easier the trip gets. It just works out. But good night, guys. That's all for day one. Hopefully day 2 is a little bit smoother, and then hopefully day 3 is a breeze. But here's to wishful thinking. I will see you tomorrow for day 2. Good morning, guys. It is day 2. I was just checking my Ultrahuman app to see how I slept last night, because I feel like I did actually pretty good considering the circumstances, which my sleep score last night was an 85, so that's actually pretty decent for me on a layover. I have started taking magnesium because a lot of you guys recommended that when you heard that I was taking melatonin. So once I finished out my melatonin, I bought some magnesium, and I do think that that has been helping on trips. I don't think it's been helping as much at home because I get good sleep at home anyways, but I do think it's been helping me on layovers. But what's cool about the app is it'll break down every single phase of your sleep. It'll tell you when you were in deep sleep, light sleep, REM sleep, and it kind of tells you, like, based on your numbers, what that's helping with, if it's helping with cognitive function or recovery, or I don't know, there's all these different things that it'll tell you it's helping with, which last night I had about the same amount of deep sleep and REM sleep, and my light sleep was only 47%, which is usually good. I think it wants your light sleep to be about 50% of your sleep, and then everything else to take up the other half. So that's pretty good, and I did feel good when I woke up this morning, so we love that. But one thing I didn't tell you yesterday is that our position 2 that was working with us yesterday was only doing day 1 of our trip. He got called off reserve in Charlotte, so I don't know if they modified the trip for him because he couldn't do the rest of the days. That's what I'm assuming. But then they ended up calling a different reserve to deadhead yesterday and then finish out the rest of our trip. So I'm not sure why they felt that they had to use 2 people. Maybe our sign-in in the morning was too early for the person that's meeting up with us today, and so that's why they had to use 2 people. I don't know. But so far, everything's looking good for flight number 1, which today is really easy. We just work 1 leg to Dallas, which is going to be like a 35-minute flight, and then we sit for 3 hours, and then we deadhead. So the only leg we work today is a super easy one. The flight attendants in the back, they don't even do a service. It's request only, and then I'll just do my little quick snack service up in front, and it'll be super easy. But I just need to pack up my food, and then we will go catch the van and get day 2 started. Day 2 went a lot smoother than day 1. Thank goodness. We did have our 3-hour sit though, which is never fun, but I ate my breakfast, had my little coffee, and then we had some people up in the crew room that were doing little promotions, and they gave us free lunch, which was super nice. So when it was lunchtime, I ate that and had to do some modules for substitute teaching that I do on my days off. One of the things that the app that you download when you get the Ultrahuman Ring has is an option to put in what you're eating throughout the day, and then it'll tell you how to not have glucose spikes and like different ways to kind of make it a more balanced diet, which is very interesting if that's something that you like doing. But after our sit, we made our way to Des Moines. We just got to the hotel. It is 3 o'clock. I think I'm gonna change into some workout clothes and just go walk around for a little bit. There's not really anything that I want to see, but there's a river walk close by, so I might just walk down that way and then walk along the river for a little bit, get some exercise, and then come back, eat dinner, and then maybe do my devotions and then call it a night. I don't know, I don't really have much planned, but there's not anything that I really care to do here, so if I can just get out for a little bit and walk around, that'll be good enough for me. So let's change clothes and go see what this little river walk looks like. It was a beautiful day outside. It was 75 and sunny with a little bit of a breeze. So I walked around for about 45 minutes. I think it was close to 2 miles, and I just did a big circle around that ended up leading me back to the hotel. But anything that looked interesting, I would go check it out. The last time I laid over in Des Moines, it was in the middle of winter and it was snowing, so I'd really never seen much of the city. I think we had gone to a burger joint when we came the last time, which this German restaurant I've heard really good things about, but I've never actually been, so next time I'll have to check it out. But similar to the Apple Watch, anytime you go on a walk, the ring will detect it and you can add it into your exercise for the day. Another feature is that they tell you how much sun exposure you should have every day based on your skin type, and it'll tell you like how much time to be outside to get the perfect amount of vitamin D for you, which is really nice. I love being in the sun, so I've been using that feature a lot. But ate my dinner, then did my devotion. Anytime I need to refill my water bottle and they don't have waters in the room, I'll go down to the gym and fill it up because it's usually cold and it's usually filtered. But came back up to the room, just chilled for a little bit, watched an episode of House, which is the new series that I have been watching now that I'm done with Veronica Mars, and then got in the bed and called it a night. Good morning, guys. It is day 3, go home day. I got another decent sleep score last night. I think it was right 84 or 83, 84. It probably would have been higher, but I've been reading a lot of psychological thrillers lately, and my dream last night was crazy. And I woke up in the middle of the night and my heart was just like pounding. I was so stressed out about my dream. I like woke up in a panic, and it took me a good 30 minutes before I could fall back asleep because I was just so freaked out by my dream. So I might need to take a break from the psychological thrillers for a minute, but I need to pack up my lunchbox and then we're gonna go catch the van and get our one leg over with for today. Had my breakfast before we started boarding, and then we made our way to Charlotte. We love one leg on the last day. It was also super easy because service took about 10 minutes with my snack basket. So then I would read for 15 minutes, go back and check on them, read for 15 minutes. Super easy day. Well, that wraps up my first trip of September. As of right now, I only have 2 more trips this month, but I am trying to pick up an international if one drops that I want to do. I don't really want to do London because I've done that one a couple times. I want to try to get one that I haven't done before, so that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. We'll see what comes available in the next few days, see if I can get one. But it's 10:15 and my day is done, ready to get home and just relax. I actually have to come back to Charlotte tomorrow because when we went to Recurrent this year, they didn't do one of the emergency procedures that we're supposed to do. I guess they didn't do it to FAA standards, so the FAA is making those of us that have already done Recurrent redo one of those things. So I have to come all the way back to Charlotte for 30 minutes for this little training session, which is kind of annoying, but is what it is. So gonna get home, get some stuff done at home, and then come back on tomorrow for that little bitty training, and then I have a good bit of time off until my next trip, so we'll see if I pick up anything or what happens. But As always, any questions, comments, whatever, put them in the comments below. Don't forget that you can get a discount on an Ultra Human Ring Air if you are interested in all the things I showed you about the ring. Some of the things I didn't show you, it can track your period cycles, ladies. It can track if you're pregnant. It can track like stuff with that, which is kind of crazy. It tracks your screen time, relates that to different parts of your day. If it's fine for you to be on your screen, it's not fine. It tells you when to drink coffee, when not to drink coffee. It has workout plans, food plans. It has all kinds of extra things in there that I didn't even show you. And once you buy the ring, all of that comes with it, which is really nice, because some of those other rings, once you buy it, you have to pay a subscription fee just to track what you bought the ring for, which I think is kind of silly. But yeah, if you want to get 10% off your ring, you can use code SIMS10 for 10% off your purchase. I will post that in a comment so that you guys can find that code. So take advantage if you're interested. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!